Today we're looking at paragraph 33, the witness of John, which is John 3:22 to 36. Some interesting things in this passage today. The first question you have, number 55, what does the expression plenty of water indicate about John's baptism? A couple of things you might have said. Jonas?
He baptizes in the deep or bodies of water.
Yeah, so if you're, and especially if you understand baptism to mean immersion, that means you need to have lots of water. Okay, how many had something like that? They need lots of water to do that. Okay, anybody find anything else? Brandon?
He was in Anon, which was a term for a spring or a natural fountain, which is on the west side of his living room.
Okay, so why is that significant?
Because it's plentiful water.
Okay, plentiful water. The other idea is that this may indicate that he was baptizing where there were springs. And that would satisfy the Jewish idea that you should baptize or purification rites, washings, should be done in water that is what's called living water, which is moving water, not just water that's laying there stagnant, like going out to the pond. Okay, so they would not think going out to the pond is a good way of doing it. It needs to be water that's moving. So that might indicate his compliance with a Jewish custom as well. Okay, good. Any question about your answer? Number 56, what two attacks do John's critics bring to him? What's the first attack that they bring against him? Amelia, what do you have?
That he was baptizing.
Okay, that he was baptizing. Does anybody have something a little more than that? Brenna?
The one across the Jordan to whom you bore witness is baptizing.
Okay, what's wrong with that?
Just because, he bore witness to him, but, he's trying to, I don't know if it's about, trying to steal his crowd and his disciple followers and stuff.
Okay, that's I have as the second attack
That's
is
what I have to say.
about Jesus. I'm talking about the first one here about what did you say again? I forgot. How did you say it?
He was baptizing.
He was baptizing. All right. Is there something more than just that he was baptizing?
Purification, like they were arguing over purification.
Yeah. So basically, they're saying you're not doing it the right way. That was the first thing. So you're not baptizing the way you should be. What right do you even have to be baptizing? Something along those lines. Okay, that one may have been a little difficult. So we'll just count this one for one of the attacks if you have them. And the second one was one that Brendan brought up, and that is that Jesus was taking away John's followers. So people were starting to go to Jesus, and so John's losing people. How many had something along those lines? Okay, so that'll count for a point on this one. Any questions? All right, now number 57, you are to summarize John's explanation. How did you put John's response to this? Stephen, what do you have?
He is the one who comes from heaven. He is above all.
So,
I think that's about what John was summarizing.
okay, but so how does that answer the criticism that people are leaving you, John, and going to Jesus? You're right, but I want you to understand why is that right? Well, why does it make any difference that he's from heaven?
He's above them.
So, okay, it's so simple you're not getting it. Can somebody complete the so? Jesus is from heaven, and he's above John, so Jonas?
He's more worthy to baptize and teach.
Yeah, so that's where people ought to be going. They ought to be moving away from John to Jesus. Anybody? There's some other things he says here too that you could have put. Brennan?
I said the people need to receive Jesus who is from heaven. John is declaring himself not to be the Messiah, but Christ is the Messiah. His goal is to spread Jesus' name and lower his own. That will receive Jesus will believe in God and believe in life.
Yeah, good. So John's pointing out, look, I'm not here to gather followers. I'm here to point people to the Messiah. And if they're going to the Messiah, then I've been successful, right? So he doesn't feel badly about people leaving him. That was his goal all along, was for people to come to him and then leave him to go to the Messiah. All right. Any questions about your answer? You have something like along those lines that it was better to go to the Messiah. I said if you have the Jesus from heaven and is above him, that's okay too. I just wanted you to think through that. Any question about your answers? Number 58, thinking question. Who is the one who comes from above? And I think you got this, but it may not be abundantly clear to some as they're reading. So what's it talking about? It says, who is the one who comes from above? And then we'll answer the next question as we go along. But first of all, who is it? Everybody say it together.
Jesus.
Say it louder.
Jesus.
Say it with enthusiasm.
Jesus.
All right. See, it almost sounds like you're cheering now. That's good. All right, so Jesus is the one who comes from above. And what is his position? Hopefully that was clear. Emma, what do you have for that? Yeah, he's above everybody. He's above all. That's the position. How many of you understood that properly? Okay, most of you. And then why is he able to communicate truth? Lexi?
Because he's seen and heard and knows heaven and he is truth.
Okay, that's good. That's a very complete answer. Luke?
God has given all things into his hand.
Okay, that's good.
He speaks the truth through what God has given him.
Okay, good.
He is truth.
He is truth. All right. Or if you could have put because he's from heaven. Anybody put that for this third one? How many of you put that maybe for the second one? That's his position that he's from heaven. Okay, that could go either one. So number 58 is worth 3 points. Any question? All right, number 59, another thinking question. Who is the one from the earth? Who is that? Everybody say it together.
John.
You weren't so sure about that one, huh? All right, I won't have you cheer for this one. That was silly enough the first time. All right, so John is the one who's from the earth, and what is he able to communicate? Morgan?
I said my mouth to the people.
My mouth to the people?
By.
By mouth.
Yes.
Okay, that maybe is how he communicated, but what is he communicating?
Oh, that Jesus is like coming.
Well, it says specifically something that he's able to communicate. What is it, Noah?
Earthly things.
Pardon me?
Earthly things.
Earthly things. So he's contrasting himself with Jesus, who can communicate heavenly things. And he says, I'm of the earth, so I only communicate earthly things. Which one is better? The heavenly things. So it's good for people to go to Jesus, because all I can tell them is from an earthly perspective. Any questions? How many had earthly things for that last one? Okay. Okay, the rest of you, quite a few of you had something else. Do you think maybe your answer might be correct? Somebody want to
I
Tell me.
said he communicated to the earth in an earthly way.
in an earthly way? Okay. That's sort of in the ballpark. Anybody else? Okay, that was worth 2 points then. Number 60, analyze. The last phrase may be translated, it is not by measure that he gives the Spirit to him. What's being said about Jesus here? Who thinks they're able to figure that out? What's that saying about Jesus? Luke, what do you think?
Jesus has the Holy Spirit, like, showing him truth.
Yeah, and so he has all the truth that he needs because the Holy Spirit is giving it to him. He's able to communicate truth because the Holy Spirit is totally revealing it to him. How many of you had something like that? Okay, quite a few of you. You didn't volunteer that. Not confident in your answer? We'll count that as a bonus point. That was maybe a little difficult. Number 61, why is it so important to believe what Jesus says? And what it tells us here, why is it so important? Jonas?
Because it's from God in heaven.
Okay, that's true, but there's something more personal about what Jesus says. Anybody else? Brenna?
Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. No one can get to the Father except through him. He gives us life from light in the darkness. He gives us all heavenly things. He is our Lord.
Okay, that's good. That's a very complete answer. You can probably say it more succinctly. Luke?
We need to believe in Jesus, or we shall not see eternal life, and the wrath of God will remain.
Yes, exactly. That's what it says. Did you guys look at verse 36?
Yeah, we just something that close to know, like what it means to you, like how you believe in him.
Well, that
Yeah.
verse 36 is pretty personal too, right? Verse 36 tells us that if you don't believe in Jesus, you don't have eternal life. And God's wrath remains on you. Anybody have something like that besides Luke? Okay, that really was something, it's right there in the verse. I don't know if there's any reason not to get that one, so we're going to count that one as a point.
So is it wrong what I said about him giving us life and truth?
No, because you had about giving life.
Okay.
That was a part of that. All right, any questions? All right, let's get a grade from paragraph 33 then, and we'll do paragraph 34 for Monday.